Welcome, superstar. In this video, I'm going to share how to start a sales conversation without being pushy, sleazy, or cheesy. If you're looking to sell your products and services and you're feeling like you don't know how to start a sales conversation, it's probably because you feel like salespeople have a bad rap, and that's not just you. The fact is that sleazy, pushy salespeople have ruined it for a lot of people, made it more challenging to step out and share what you're up to. In this video, I'm going to share with you a few strategies that you can use to help you open up that sales conversation without turning people off. So how do you do that? Well, I've come up with 7 strategies that I'm going to share with you over at my flip chart. Let's go. The first strategy might seem pretty obvious, but I have to say it anyways because I know there are plenty of people who don't do it. And that is be open and honest. One of the things that really turns people off is when salespeople are manipulative or when they try to get in through the back door. What I found when I have a product or service and I want to get it out there and I'm reaching out to people to start a sales conversation, I often open up by just being super open and honest and reaching out, whether it's by text, by phone, by email. I generally don't use email too much, and say, listen, so-and-so, I've been thinking about you. I've been thinking about you because I have something new that I've developed that I think would be perfect for you. Are you open to having a conversation? I rarely run into someone who will tell me no to that. Although every once in a while, we'll hear someone say, for example, well, I'm not interested, I'm not in the market for anything new right now, or I'm not looking for coaching services, but would you want to get on a call anyways? And I usually say yes, because my goal is to keep that relationship open and moving forward for the future. But I suggest being open and honest rather than trying to pretend that you're just checking up on them and then ambush them with a sales conversation or asking them if they're interested in buying something. So usually I position it that way, openly and honestly, so that they also know that I am going to talk about something that I'm offering. The second strategy that I use, as you could see from part 1, is to get on a call. I do anything that I can to avoid trying to sell by email, by text, by WhatsApp, by sales funnel. For me, what I found is that the best way to open up a sales conversation is one-on-one. And in fact, I don't even use calls that much anymore. I'm generally using a Zoom room so that I can actually see the person. Now, the third thing that I do in order to start a sales conversation is something that I call discover and diagnose. People love to talk about themselves. People love it when you're interested in them. So one of the strategies I used is one that comes to me really naturally because I actually am interested in people. I actually do like to know what people think and what they're up to. So one of the ways that I start sales conversations is just to ask questions of people. Ask them what their vision is. Ask them what their challenges are. And in the process of listening deeply to their responses and sometimes even taking some notes, I can usually offer up some good advice and open up the opportunity to go deeper by saying something along the lines of, wow, it sounds like you're experiencing this, this, and this, and you wish you had this, this, and this. I think I might have something that could help you. Would you be open to a conversation about that? And then people have the choice of either saying, yes, I'm interested, let's talk about it, or no, not so much, not right now. And either way is fine, no pressure. Now, a caveat here. When we get into discover and diagnose, the tendency can be to immediately, when you hear something that's like, oh, I can help them with that, to shoot it out and tell them, oh, I can help you with that. Do you want me to tell you about my product or service? Refrain. Don't do that. When we're in the process of starting a sales conversation, we want to hang back a little bit. Remember what I said about not pushing ourselves on people and instead letting people come to us? Well, we can do that by creating a little bit of distance in the conversation. And that means giving people the time and the space to tell you more and to fall in love with you themselves. One of the things that I remember reading about when I was years ago learning about the process of falling in love was that people fall in love when you're listening, not when you're talking. That's interesting. And so in this process of discovering and diagnosing and understanding what's going on, you want to refrain from jumping in and talking about your product and service. And instead you want to hang back a little bit, take those notes, and then when the conversation starts to run out of things, out of, you're not talking, there's no more new stuff coming up, then you can take an opportunity and say, hey, would it be okay if I shared some ideas and some insights with you from what you said? And at that point, you can start to transition into, here's what I see, and would you be open to a conversation about maybe how I could help with it? Which actually kind of leads me into the next one, which is deliver insights and perspective. And I'm going to put here, just in case, don't sell, because there can be a temptation to start selling at this point. We're not there yet. What we want to get to is the opportunity for you to share your insights and perspective to see if they even resonate with the person. So you can say, hey, from what you're sharing, here's what I see. I see that you could be doing it this way, perhaps better. So you can share things that would serve them even if they don't ever work with you. And you're opening the door to say, would you like me to help you with this? I think I could help you do this. And that opens the door to the sales conversation. Now, before I move on to 5, 6, and 7, I'm going to take the opportunity to invite you to subscribe to my channel, like this video, and maybe even post a comment below. Now, the fifth step towards inviting and opening up a sales conversation is to establish desire and the value of the outcome to them, the value of what they want, not the value of your program, not what you're selling, but establish desire for the outcome and the value of that outcome. And you can do that in a lot of different ways. You can invite them to dream and imagine, well, what would it be like if you resolved this? What would it be like if this were different? What would it be like if you figured this out? If you transformed this area of your life, of your business, of your family, of whatever it is? And let them fall in love with that outcome. Let them get excited for what that might look like. Or even let them share with you how far away they think it is. And that's when then you can come in and say, well, I have an idea. How would you like it if I could help you with this? And that's, would you be open to having a conversation about if and how I could support you with this? The next thing you want to do is connect your program or your offering to that outcome. If you can position yourself as the source of the solution, then you're almost on your way to actually having a sale, not just opening up a sales conversation. And then finally, you can make the sale. And that's when you basically bring it home and you say, hey, I've got this thing that I think would be perfect for everything that we talked about. Would you like me to tell you about this product, this service, this program? And then you share it with them and you invite them to say yes, if they're a yes. And one of the things that you can do to most support your selling so that you don't feel sleazy, cheesy, pushy is detach from the outcome. Don't get attached, don't force it, don't need it so badly, be scarce or desperate about it. Let it go. Just trust that if it's a right fit, they will say yes, and if it's not, they'll say no. And by the way, if you want to go even deeper on this topic and really go through my steps of how to have a sales conversation, not just how to start one, but how to go all the way through it, check out my videos on how to lead discovery calls and strategy sessions. You can find a link to that playlist below in the description. Enjoy.